Hello, thank you so much for checking out this video. There is something really exciting coming up here in Kids Church here in the month of February that I'm excited to tell you about. Before we get there, in Kids Church over the last few years, we have been doing something called the Monthly Point System, or MPS. And some of you are familiar with it. The way MPS works, we each month, a kid can earn points, whether by bringing their Bible to church or memorizing the monthly memory verse or doing their devotional at home. They can earn points, and then at the end of each month, they can cash those points in for prizes. And it's been hopefully a fun, incentivized way for kids to have spiritual conversations at home outside of Sunday morning. We wanted it to be a tool of discipleship, because we believe firmly that a child's discipleship has to be more than just Sunday mornings. Kids need both, I believe, the church as well as the home to come together when it comes to helping them grow in their walk with Jesus and helping them be established on his firm foundation. But over the past few months, myself and Becca Murphy, our kids church director, and the rest of our kids church team, we've been processing MPS, and we've come to believe that it just isn't fulfilling the goals that we thought it would. We don't think kids have been as excited about it as they originally were, and we don't think it's been helping to serve as many families as we would like. So really, over the past 8 or 9 months, we've been trying to put our heads together, brainstorming things, and we've come up with a revamp of this monthly point system that I'm really excited about. And if you were here this past Sunday, you would have received this promo for what we are calling Faith Quest, establishing a lasting foundation. So Faith Quest is going to be similar to the monthly point system in that we want it to be a discipleship tool for you as a parent or guardian with your child at home. It's going to be an outside of Sunday morning thing. But it's going to be, unlike the monthly point system, which was basically the same thing each month, Faith Quest is going to be based around 1 month or 2 month or possibly longer challenges. See, we put our heads together and we process through what are the goals we have for these kids from kindergarten to 5th grade before they enter youth group age in 6th grade. And we've come up with a whole list of different things, whether that's different biblical knowledge things or spiritual disciplines, different habits we'd like them to learn about serving others or theological knowledge or all sorts of things. We can't cover all of those things on a Sunday morning, but Faith Quest can help meet some of those goals, and it can help a child have those types of spiritual conversations at home, which we believe are super important. So the way it's going to work is every time there's a challenge, we will make sure we adequately communicate with you through our text system, email system, as well as with paper copies, spelling out, hey, this is what the challenge is. And each week, if a child completes the challenge for that week, whether that's memorizing a Bible verse and then coming in Sunday morning and saying it to us, or whether it's doing their devotional at home and coming home and showing that they did it, or if it's a kindness challenge and they complete the kindness challenge for that week, if they complete the challenge for the week, they will get a prize for that week. Unlike the monthly point system, which was based on a 1 month thing, we all have short attention spans, kids especially, and so this is a weekly way to help incentivize them, get them excited about it. But unlike the monthly point system, which was completely individualized, Faith Quest also has a team dynamic element to it. Here, this is in the kids' church room. When you first walk in, there's this big blank wall. With Faith Quest, we're going to put up a big visual game board for each challenge. And the way it's going to work, if a child completes the challenge for that week, they will be able to mark the game board or move the piece along the game board from one end to the other. And along the way, there's going to be different prizes that the group can get, with a big prize at the very end. And the key is, one kid doing the challenge each week won't get them to the end. They all have to work together. And so we hope that helps incentivize and maybe give some positive peer pressure to do the Faith Quest. But it's also going to be visual so the kids can see it. And so we hope that it's more fun than the monthly point system was. We hope that it keeps kids' attention and gets them engaged. But we really hope that it helps meet some of these goals we have for the discipleship of these kids. We want them to learn different spiritual disciplines again and biblical knowledge and all these different things. And we really want this to be something that they can do at home with you. Because again, we recognize that kids need more than just the church. They need the home as well when it comes to learning to follow Jesus. Just before we leave though, I want to give you this vision. Imagine if your child started to engage in Faith Quest. And let's say they do 40, 50 challenges every year. As many as they can. I get there's weeks we forget or weeks the child's sick and it just doesn't happen. But imagine that, 40, 50 challenges, a kid's in first grade or a kindergarten or second grade. Over the next few years, that's hundreds of challenges, which means hundreds of spiritual touch points you get to have with your child. Every year, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of kids graduate, and then so many of them walk away from their faith. And a big reason for that is that they didn't have good spiritual conversations, meaningful conversations with even one, two, or just a few adults in their life growing up. We don't want that to happen to the kids in our church. We want to give our kids as much as possible to disciple them, to help them be established on the lasting foundation of Jesus Christ. And a big key part of that, we believe, is for you to have those spiritual conversations at home. So we hope that this can be a helpful tool. We don't want it to be overburdensome, but we do hope that it's something that you and your child can get engaged with. And we hope that the visual helps gamify it, helps incentivize them, and gets this good teamwork going. But again, this is starting in February. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Becca Murphy about it. In the next couple of weeks, we'll have more specifics sent out to you about this first challenge coming up. But Faith Quest, it's coming, and we're really excited about it.